Hello, Columbia, and welcome to City View, where we give you an inside view of the city of Columbia. I'm your host, Leisha Utsi. In our top story, we bring you a City Council update. First, we focus on the recently passed ban on bump stocks and trigger cranks. This ordinance was passed during City Council's December 19th meeting.
We've decided to do what our federal and state governments are either unwilling or unable to do. We decided to act by introducing a city ordinance to ban the use of bump stocks or trigger cranks or gap cranks in the city of Columbia. The simple fact is that automatic weapons have been illegal in this country for more than 30 years, and the only purpose that these devices serve is to circumvent that law by multiplying firing rates tenfold to approximately 400 to 800 rounds per minute.
And speaking of public safety, Councilman Sam Davis recently hosted a District 1 law enforcement update community meeting, where police officers and command staff focused on both holiday safety and overall public safety in District 1. In our next story, we'd like to extend congratulations to two of our City Council members. First, Mayor Steve Benjamin on receiving the Green Elected Official Award from Keep the Midlands Beautiful.
Mayor Steve Benjamin of Columbia has in many ways led the charge on climate initiatives both in South Carolina and as the Vice President of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Now, Mayor Benjamin wants his city to be the leader in the effort to ward off climate change. He has some concrete plans for achieving that, including increasing Columbia's use of solar panels, providing rain barrels for residents, and creating a new green water waste treatment facilities. He hopes these efforts will help Columbia become exclusively reliant on renewable energies by 2036.
And we also congratulate Councilwoman Tamika Isaac Devine, who also currently serves as Mayor Pro Tem. She was recently selected for the Women in Municipal Government Board of Directors by the National League of Cities. And our City Council members are not the only ones who have recently been recognized. City Manager Teresa Wilson has recently received the Chairman's Award from the City Center Partnership for all of her diligent and hard work here in the city of Columbia, and also for promoting services, programs, and initiatives to benefit downtown Columbia. Another city employee who received a very significant designation is Domino Bullware, which many of you may know as a tennis coach at Greenview Park. Mr. Bullware was recently inducted into the South Carolina Tennis Hall of Fame.
Everyone knows that we have a jewel within the city of Columbia Parks and Rec system. Coach Domino Bullware, who has been the tennis pro over at Greenview for many years. He has taught so many young people, including my kids and Mr. Mayor's kids, as well as a lot of young at heart people who are here to celebrate with him. And we just could not let this recognition go without recognizing him for all of his work so long, not just in the city of Columbia, but in the state of South Carolina.
And the city of Columbia continues to be on a roll for award-winning recognitions. Columbia was recently designated as a Star Certification City at the 3-star level.
This is, I think, a perfect example of really taking the great talent we have at the University of South Carolina and putting it to work, doing incredible work. And also, I really want to give a big shout out to, of course, all of our volunteers, our city leaders who stepped up to help with this, but I want to give a shout out to Siemens for their great leadership. And this is not an easy process, a complex process, and I can only imagine how many internal resources it takes to actually make sure this happens. But this is a wonderful roadmap to making sure cities really invest in true sustainability, a comprehensive approach, and we want to continue to support this and move it forward. So thank you so much for your leadership.
Well, Star Certification is not our only green initiative. Annually, the City of Columbia partners with outside agencies to award the Treasure Tree Awards to various individuals and organizations in our city.
Treasure Trees, we like to do this program just to create awareness of the benefits of trees. This is a good way for people to recognize the importance, the benefits, all the good things that trees do for people. It's a fairly easy recognition program, so people can have treasured trees for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes it is an unusual species, sometimes it's a really large tree, a really old tree, sometimes it's a story that goes along with the tree. There's a lot of trees that have stories about the tree have been passed down through people's families or through the neighborhoods, and people really latch onto those stories, and that makes it a great tree.
And in an effort to continue to be green, our forestry and beautification staff every year partner with a local school to plant trees on Arbor Day. And this year, Councilman Howard Duvall joined them.
It's very important for the younger generation especially to be brought up respecting the value of trees and understanding what trees can do for not only our economy but our health, our enjoyment, everything that we do in life gets back to a tree in one way or the other. So it's very important for us to teach them at this age the importance of trees to our lives. They have an actual garden club at Burton Pack that had their little shirts on, and they're actually planting the trees, shoveling the dirt. I think it teaches them how to take care of trees, how to plant trees, and how to beautify their school.
And now, let's talk about business for a minute. The North Columbia Business Association hosted the Mayor's Roundtable Luncheon, where Mayor Steve Benjamin focused on development and growth in not only North Columbia, but the downtown area. Mayor Steve Benjamin is continuing his Books to Boys and Girls tour. This time he stopped at Woodland Park.
I want you all to know that you're here because we all know all these wonderful adults, your counselors and your teachers and the professionals from the library and the police department. We all are here not just because we know reading is so important. We all know that. That's a given. But we're here because we believe in you all. We believe in you, and we love you, and want you to go through the great things that God has in store for you, okay? So you guys believe in yourselves. Think big, have wonderful, super duper holiday season to go out and do some great things, all right?
Who doesn't love a parade? Well, for the first time, a winter solstice lantern parade was held at Riverfront Park.
We're here to celebrate this winter's solstice, and behind me are all the creative people who made lanterns. Some of them came to our workshop, some of them looked at the website, and all of them are here to bring light to the darkest of days, this winter solstice, the day when we celebrate the return of the sun. When the sun goes down, we will all file a lantern parade, and we will walk down the hill and across the pedestrian bridge, through the park a little bit into the grassy amphitheater and back into the brick amphitheater. We're going to celebrate with hot cocoa and marshmallows around a fire and good company.
In the new year on January 2nd, parking services will actually change their hours to be more user-friendly for customers.
Effective Tuesday, January 2nd, parking services will be open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. We are located at 820 Washington Street at the intersection of Washington and Lincoln. We're looking at updating our hours in accordance with other departments in the city. Currently we are open until 4 p.m. so it gives customers a little bit of extra time to come in, whether it's purchasing permits or paying citations.
Well, that wraps up City View, and we thank you for watching. As we close our show, we want to share with you some photos from this year's Carolina Carillon Holiday Parade, where we featured our Envision Columbia car. The Envision Columbia car made an appearance in this year's parade for the very first time. Be on the lookout for the Envision Columbia car to pop up in various locations in 2018. Well, thank you for watching City View. We hope you enjoyed this program, and if you have any questions about any of this information, contact Public and Media Relations at 803-545-3020. You can also visit our website at columbiasc.net, and of course, follow us on social media, such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And definitely stay tuned to City TV, your 24-hour news and information station.